The gift of life provides us with the wonderful opportunity to be loving and compassionate to ourselves and others, relish every moment, and help build a better world. The opposite of life is when people do not take the opportunity to learn and grow. Unfortunately, many people do not live their lives fully because of unresolved childhood trauma, limiting belief systems, or their fears. Freedom is the ability to act on our choices, become our best selves, and create meaning in our lives. The world's greatest needs are for everyone to have the food, water, shelter, safety, equity, and unconditional love they need to thrive. This is highly achievable if we pool and distribute all of our resources fairly and always treat others with charity, grace, and equality. I do not believe there is a God up in the heavens controlling things. For me, spiritual energy is a stream of peace, love, and abundance that we can all bathe in together. I began to be more self-compassionate by letting go of negative self-judgments, talking to myself like I was my own best friend, taking great care of myself, turning into my authentic self, and choosing happiness and serenity. I also focused more on doing the things I loved, such as spending time in the woods, meditating, playing my guitar, and finding my own people. Rather than make me more selfish, I was joyful that my increased self-compassion filled me with an abundance of care and goodwill I could pass on to others. We do not need to choose between being compassionate to ourselves or others. We can do both at the same time and enjoy the wonderful fruits both have to offer. Many people believe they need to earn their worth by their accomplishments or self-improvement. However, it is important to know that we are inherently worthy on a deep, spiritual level. I find happiness and fulfillment by listening to my inner voice, which I hear the most clearly when I am in my stream of inner peace, where I feel deeply connected to myself and every living being. I find that my deepest wisdom comes from getting out of my head and trusting my intuition and inner knowing, which never leads me astray. One of the most effective ways to find inner peace and happiness is to develop healing mantras that eliminate our irrational thoughts and beliefs and compel us to love and appreciate ourselves deeply. We need to repeat these mantras until we have rewired our brains through neuroplasticity. Do not allow others to define you. If the feedback you receive from others is helpful, use it to grow into the person you want to be. If it is not, discard it. Know that the feedback you receive from others usually says more about them than you. The happiest people trust their instincts and follow their bliss. Only we know how to best meet our needs at any moment. We give up control over our happiness when we project our needs onto others who have their own lives to attend to. When we let go of expectations for others, we are free to simply enjoy them as they are. Many people overly absorb other people's negative feelings and unhappiness. To prevent this from happening, I visualize I am a screen door in a stream. I experience other people's pain like water hitting the screen, but then let it flow through me. This enables me to respond to them with empathy and care without getting bogged down by their problems. I have learned that I need to keep my own spirits up to have something to give back to others. It is important for trauma survivors to allow themselves to experience everything they are feeling without judgment. The best we can offer them is often to simply be present and receptive as they are mourning and healing. Eventually, they may get to a point where they no longer define themselves or their lives by their trauma. Even if they never eliminate their pain, trauma survivors can hopefully build their lives around it by providing themselves with loving self-care, appreciating the good things they do have, and serving others. When we mistakenly believe we need to be perfect, we live our lives with a sense of scarcity because we are unlikely to ever achieve our ideals. When we unconditionally love ourselves just as we are, we have more energy to grow into who we want to be and achieve our goals. It is not helpful to feel like we are a victim all the time. Many of the happiest people I know have become more resilient in the face of their challenges as they use them to learn important lessons. We all have the same types of problems people have faced since we began walking around on 2 feet. This realization can help us feel deeply connected to all of humanity during difficult times. we are not alone in our challenges or pain. Compelling portals into happiness and inner peace are to be true to ourselves, live the lives we want, and appreciate every good thing we have. I know the vast majority of people are good, and that we can appeal to this goodness by letting our inner light shine with everyone we encounter. I also know that life is an incredible opportunity to gain wisdom and be loving towards others. Finally, I know that all we have is the moment we are in, and what we choose to do with it determines the quality of our lives.